and I am doing a Zodiac sign for Divine Feminines from Mars Retrograde. I am feeling as though a lot of Divine Feminines are struggling because of this Mercury retrograde. And but also Mars as well. Also Mars is bringing up a lot of things that are hidden. So yeah, I just want to say before I start shuffling cards that it is a very transformative energy. So some signs are not going to be as affected, but in the first half, but some are going to be affected in the second half. It very much varies. So initially, I thought about doing a based on the elements, but I am being guided to really work on doing it one by one. So I am gonna start with Sagittarius. So just hang on a sec. I am now shuffling. Yeah. Hi, Linda. So I am doing Sagittarius first. So I am going as guided. So this is for the Divine Feminine Sagittarius DF. Do you guys want me to do a Zodiac sign checking on the Divine Masculines as well? On a separate stream later today? If so, say yes in the comments. Hi. Okay, Sagittarius Divine Feminine. How is Mercury retrograde? Mars retrograde. Sagittarius Divine Feminine. Mercury, Mars. I keep on saying Mercury. Yeah. Alright. I will do that later on. So it would be in the afternoon. So look out for that stream. I will actually post a notification on what time, but yeah, so Sagittarius DF for Mars retrograde. Sagittarius DF for Mars retrograde. So please say your zodiac. Drop your zodiac sign down below, and I will go based in the order. Let's. All right. The first card I get for Sagittarius DF is I'm seeing the Chariot. So I am seeing for Sagittarius. I feel that there is a lot of false beliefs about trusting the divine that are coming up. I feel as though if you have Sagittarius in your chart, Divine Feminine, whether it's the Sun, Venus, Moon, or Rising, I am seeing that you are being called to let go of those false beliefs, because I am seeing that you have transmuted it, yes, but you need to go deeper. And I feel as though it has to do, sorry, my cat's in the middle, it has to do with trusting the process. With the Nine of Cups, I am seeing that, again, the Spirit is reminding you that you have done this work, Sagittarius. Don't feel as though you are a failure, because you may be feeling as though you're going through triggers all over again, but you need to remember that you're going deeper. So I am seeing the first half of Mars retrograde will affect Sagittarius, and the good news is that she's going to get that triggers out of the way, and once she gets those triggers out of the way, I feel as though she will hit this state of serenity and peace. So I am seeing that for the Divine Feminines that are Sagittarius or half Sagittarius in her chart, she is really letting go of separation consciousness. So I am seeing that this would be in the second half. So separation consciousness is pretty much a theme right now, because a lot of Divine Feminines are being called to transmute that in order to be out of separation. And I feel as though this is no different for the Sagittarius Divine Feminine. With the 10 of Cups, I am seeing that there is a lot of false beliefs about happiness that are coming up for the Sagittarius. Sagittarius Divine Feminine, you still have trouble putting yourself first. You don't know this works, yes, but you need to also choose yourself on the days where you don't feel like choosing yourself. Sometimes you say no when you mean yes when you mean no, and this is because you still have issues with setting boundaries. Yes, I think we can all use improvement. And move with the Page of Cups, I am Bree. Is that Taurus? Is that Taurus, Bree? So with the Page of Cups, I am seeing that Sagittarius Divine Feminines are really much being called to let go of what no longer serves them. So these have to do with repressed emotions. So I don't think Sagittarius is the only sign that is dealing with repressed emotions. But I feel as though these emotions have to do with the current timeline the Sagittarius Divine Feminine is on. She may be thinking as though she has healed this, but I'm seeing again it's all about that self-awareness. So I am seeing for the good news is that Sagittarius Divine Feminine will be able to regain her footing. She will be able to transmute what is no longer serving her. Yeah, so I'm gonna go by order. So Virgo. So Virgo is the next one I'm gonna be doing. So if you have Virgo in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, then you may want to look at this. So what is Mars retrograde going to be like for Virgo DF? What is Mars retrograde going to be like for the Virgo Divine Feminines? What is Mars retrograde going to be for the Virgo Divine Feminines? What is Mars retrograde going to be like for the Virgo Divine Feminines? I'm feeling right away it has to do with the connection with the Virgo DFs. Haven't even read the spread yet, but okay, so with the moon, I'm feeling as though Virgo DFs are really focused on the fears that are coming up, and these fears have to do with the timing of the union. So the Virgo DFs may be feeling a little really impatient right now with their counterpart. They have done all this work, and yet there's nothing to show for it. So I am seeing again that if the Divine Feminine has Virgo in her chart, she may be wondering whether this is even her twin flame, or if she is dealing with catalyst. But I am seeing right now she is being called to release that separation consciousness. She is still seeing herself as separate as her twin. She sees them as having their own free will, but I am seeing again that since they are the Divine Masculine is the Divine Feminine, Virgo Divine Feminine, the Virgo Divine Feminine, she wants the same thing. So I am seeing right now with the Fool is that the Divine Feminine that are Virgos, they need to trust. They need to trust that the road, because I am seeing there's this inclination to control. They are trying to control the narrative right now by telling themselves they want out. They want to that this is not for them. And I do see, because Virgo DFs are being called to grow. They're being called to really let go of that ego, because that ego is so self-critical. That ego is so a pain. And I am seeing the Divine Feminine really needs to trust that the road ahead of her. So what I'm seeing for the Virgos is that, yeah, this is about letting go of the old version of the Divine Masculine. Yeah, with the King of Wands, I am seeing that the counterpart to the Virgo Divine Feminines are going through a transformation. And they're going through a transformation and pushing the Divine Feminine as a Virgo to let go of her false beliefs about the masculine, because she is trying to fit the counterpart within those false beliefs, and this is not really helping the connection. So the Divine Feminine is being called to take a step back and really reflect on why she feels that need to box in her counterpart. So I feel as though, like, if she does this work on in the first half around the false beliefs about the masculine, I am seeing that she's going to make realizations about her own animus, and this is going to really reflect on this reflection is really going to push her to do some major shadow work. With the Emperor, I am seeing again that there is ancestral karma coming up for Virgo, and this ancestral karma has to do with the masculine. Again, I'm seeing a lot of false beliefs about the masculine are going to be dispelled by the Virgo Divine Feminine. Virgo's gonna jump timelines. I'm pretty sure of that. And yeah, with the Magician, I am seeing that the Virgo Divine Feminine needs to remember that she's a creator of her own reality. She is her biggest critic. She is too busy, like, wanting things to be a certain way that she needs to accept herself for who she is right now. Because it is by accepting who we are that we are able to have freedom. So I think Virgo Divine Feminine needs to let go of this idealized notion of perfection, because she is perfect just the way she is. And I am seeing again these manifestation blocks are being cleared. So I am seeing the Virgo DFs are being told it's okay to not have everything in order. It's okay to not be like to be uncertain. I am seeing again the divine is reminding the Virgo Divine Feminines the love is stronger than fear, and she needs to trust in love above all else. So that's what I get for Virgo DFs. So I think I saw Scorpio. Okay, a Scorpio. Okay. Yeah, so I am doing Scorpio next. So you're a Scorpio DF, this is your reading. Or you have Scorpio in your chart. Scorpio DF for Mars retrograde. 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 Hey Linda, Scorpio DF from Mars retrograde. So, where's my Scorpions at? I don't know if you Scorpios know this, but there's a lesser known animal tied to Scorpio, the phoenix. Sorry, I just thought that was cool to share. And Pluto is not the only planet that is ruled by you. That rules you. It's Mars too. So, yeah. So, the first card I'm getting for you, Scorpio, is Three of Cups. So I'm seeing this has to do with the energies of reconciliation, of reunion. I am seeing that you are being called to let go of any repressed emotions related to the divine masculine, because I am seeing a lot of emotions that you thought you already need cleared are coming up, and they're coming up because you're getting to the root of things. So Scorpio, try not to be so critical of yourself, because you're doing the best you can. You need to give yourself that grace and know that you are a lot more healed than you are. I am seeing again, you're like thinking you're so unhealed, but look at how far you've come, Scorpio. You're not the same person that you were before. So with the Four of Swords, I feel as though Scorpio does need to really be gentle with herself at the moment. She is trying to figure everything out. And I do see again that this inclination to overthink is going to really complicate things. So I feel as though right now Scorpio is being advised to be still, to allow everything to come up and not to make any judgments, because it's by having a clear mind that she will be able to make the clarity that she needs to do. So with the Empress, I feel as though like when it comes to the physical realm, Scorpio is solid. I don't see any changes in finances and stability. I feel as though these things are going to start increasing, but there are some false beliefs about money blocks that are going to come up for Scorpio, and these false beliefs about stability. So I'm seeing again there's a lot of ancestral karma also being cleared, and this is going to push Scorpio to jump timelines. I am seeing for the second half, I feel as though also the divine feminines that are Scorpio are being called to walk away from the version of themselves that were in alignment with not love, because I'm seeing again that maybe Scorpio's trying to play it safe still in a way, but I think because she's kind of like uneasy, because it's not that she doesn't believe, it's more that I think it was hard for Scorpio to give up is something that she's held on to for so long. It's like second nature, but I am seeing again Scorpio needs to let go of the version of herself that craved comfort. And I am seeing again that there is going to be a huge reward in her process because Scorpio is really close to a breakthrough. And this breakthrough has to do about the relationship with the divine masculine. So with the Ace of Wands, no, it's 3 of Wands. I feel as though Scorpio again, the divine is like saying that again you're very intelligent, but and you're very clear minded, but when you get triggered, I feel as though it's just you are very impulsive. And I feel as though the divine wants you to balance out those two energies because there are going to be a lot of triggers in Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrograde too, but Mars retrograde especially, and these have to do with things that you didn't even know existed. So you need to actually be a student right now. I feel as though the divine is the teacher, and they are showing you where you still need to improve. So you just need to have a ready mind and trust that the lesson is for your best and highest good. And I feel as though again, there's always room for improvement. So that's what I get for Scorpio. Okay, so I am doing Taurus next. Is there anybody else who did not comment their zodiac sign? If you haven't, please drop it down. It doesn't have to be your sun sign. It can also be your moon sign, your Venus sign, or your rising sign. Yeah. So I'm a Taurus too. So what's going on for Taurus? What's going on for Taurus? All right. I will do Gemini after Taurus, Cynthia. What's going on for Taurus for Mars retrograde? What's going on for Taurus and 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 Mars retrograde? Alright then, Linda. I think I'm going to be doing it in the afternoon, yes. So, just because I'm just going to catch up on some readings before. But I do think this is very important as this Mars retrograde is very eventful. And Spirit does want me to actually, do the messages. So this is what I get for, fuck. I did not mean to say that, but this is exactly what I'm going through. Okay, the first card I'm getting is the Sun. So I feel as though Taurus is really triggered right now when it comes to the divine masculine. I feel as though she is kind of like frustrated at the situation. It seems as though not much movement is happening, and the divine feminine's fears are getting the best of her. She feels as though that maybe this is not her twin, or maybe that she's making the whole thing up in her head. But I feel as though the Taurus divine feminine needs to stop listening to her ego. The ego has no basis, and I feel as though again that these are her fears about the journey that are coming up, and she needs to really clear these if she means to have a very balanced perspective. With the Queen of Swords, I am seeing what the divine feminine can do when it comes to her situation with the divine masculine, is that she needs to be solid in her feminine energy. I feel as though there's traces of the masculine woman template if the divine feminine is a female, or the feminine man template if the divine feminine is a male. So these need to be transmuted in order for her to really be in that place of stillness and receptivity. Because I am seeing that, like Scorpio, Taurus is trying to control the narrative. Taurus is trying to say that, Virgo as well, Taurus is trying to say that she knows best. And I think this is her being stubborn. I think that Taurus divine feminine is only doing this because she's just tired and she sees no point in continuing onward. So what Taurus divine feminine needs to do is to really go within. I feel as though she needs to let go of some false beliefs that are not serving her at this moment. So I am seeing again that the Taurus divine feminine might try to dig her heels in, but the point remains is that she still needs to do this work. She needs to do this work so she can be um um herself, like again, her authentic self. With the Queen of Wands, I am seeing also Taurus Divine Feminine is wrestling with a lot of anger and disappointment. But this, it may seem it's directed toward her Divine Masculine, but it's actually directed toward herself. I think again, Taurus Divine Feminine is being very critical of herself because she thinks that quote unquote she should know better. That maybe this is um just in her head, but again, this is about becoming stronger than her fears. The Taurus Divine Feminine is actually at the verge of a very important breakthrough when it comes to her connection. She just needs to persevere. So I feel as though many Taurian Divine Feminines feel like giving up, but giving up is not an option. I feel as though the Divine is going to guide the Taurus Divine Feminine to really, really push toward that new beginning. So this new beginning has to do with her femininity. I feel as though the divine feminines that are Taurus are being called to really be letting go of that need to chase, that need to actually hustle and grind. Taurus divine feminines are being called to really be in their feminine energy and to actually be in their knowing that they attract, don't chase. So I'm seeing the last of the chaser energies are being classed for the Taurians. Yeah. Okay, so Gemini. So Leo, I see you posted Leo Paxi. Yeah, that would be next. So just so you know, if you jumped onto the stream, I will be doing the zodiac signs for the DMs and later in the day. I will post on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook about what time that is. So So let me see, what's going on for Gemini for Mars retrograde? What's going on with Gemini for Mars retrograde? What's going on for Gemini for Mars retrograde? What's going on for Gemini for Mars retrograde? Whoa. Gemini, I feel sorry for you. The first card I'm getting for Gemini is the Devil. So I'm seeing right now there is a lot of codependency trauma that is coming up for Gemini, and I feel as though Gemini is like saying, I'm already past this. I thought that I transmuted this obsessive thinking. So I feel as though Gemini DFs are really obsessing over their counterpart right now to a much larger degree than they were, because Gemini DFs were actually very detached from their counterpart. So they may be feeling as though what's going on. I am seeing that retrograde is pushing the divine feminines to go within and really transmute the last of the codependent energy. I am seeing a lot of past lives are coming up for the Gemini DFs as well. And these past lives are have to do with that fear of loss, that fear of getting hurt. So divine feminine is really much going deeper. So I am seeing the good news is that this is only going to happen in the first half, Gemini. So you are going to be solid in when it comes to the obsession, but I am seeing the triggers will also last throughout the whole retrograde, so I do feel bad for that. With the Fool, I feel as though the divine is trying to get Gemini to remember that this is a process and stop racing to the finish line. That's not going to help any longer. I feel as though Gemini is really impatient when it comes to moving her life forward. She's really focused on having that happy ending for herself. She doesn't care if her twins intertwine with it. It's just a plus. But I feel as though, again, that she's being really strict with herself about what she actually wants. And I feel as though the divine is telling the Gemini to go with the flow. I feel as though Gemini could tell other people to go with the flow, but she needs to go with the flow herself. With the Three of Cups, I am seeing with the Three of Cups, I'm seeing that there is this has to do with inner child. So I feel as though Gemini is being called to really work on that inner child, to really transmute that fear of abandonment, that fear of not being seen and heard, because it is filtering the connection. And I am seeing again she will have different realizations about her divine masculine if she does this. With the Four of Cups, I am seeing that there is a lot of repressed emotions coming up, and it may be masked by as apathy. So I do see Gemini DFs are very apathetic. They're very apathetic about something. I am seeing again Geminis are holding this emotion that they have yet to release. So it may be anger, it may be sadness, or maybe grief. But with the Magician, I feel as though Geminis are being told to look at the bright side, because it's when they actually let go of these emotions that they will be able to jump timelines. So I feel as though Geminis are being told not to give up, that there is a rainbow around the corner, and they have to create their own reality. So Gemini feels really overwhelmed and tries to quit. Remember that it will get harder, but if the for them. So I feel as though Gemini is being called to go with the flow, because the more they surrender, the easier it would be, and compared to being difficult. Like Taurians are having a hard time because they are trying to get control, but Geminis are, I would say Geminis are struggling almost as much, but I feel as though Geminis are being called to very much yield in a way, to really move to surrender. Yeah. Surrender. So Cynthia, what I've known about surrender is that it's a process. So just when I think you've surrendered, you have to surrender some more. So I feel as though you don't have to worry about it being a one-time thing. Even I have not surrendered. But we are all doing the best we can. So Leo is next. I am seeing that you're thinking there are questions here. No, I'm not pulling for questions. No, that's not going to be until the 12/12 portal. Yes, I am going to be streaming on 12/12 portal, so that will be open for questions. This is not a question stream. This is a check-in on the DFs for Mars retrograde. So Leo Divine Feminines, what is going on for you? Leo Divine Feminines, for what's going on with you. So the next one I'm gonna be doing after this would be Pisces. So Leo Divine Feminines, what's going on with you for Mars retrograde? I feel Leos are actually the most incapacitated of them all, and that's because Mars is in Leo. And I am seeing again, yeah, I was right. Ugh. So what I am seeing for Leos, I am feeling so Leos are really, really emotionally incapacitated right now. They feel this triggering energy, and they feel all this rage. And I feel as though it is directed toward the divine masculine. And I am seeing that this Leos need to let go of this. They need to let go of these emotions. So I feel as though Leos were very much upset at themselves for feeling this way. I am seeing Leos are just trying to control the narrative and be in a more peaceful energy, but they really need to be honest with themselves about their darkness, because Leos can't act as though the sun is shining, but they need to see that the good comes to the bad. So I am seeing the divine is really pushing Leos to let go of that deep-seated resentment and rage they may be holding toward the divine masculine. And when they do that, I feel as though they will feel liberated, and I feel as though the love will deepen very strongly, because Leos are in their head right now. With the Queen of Pentacles, I am seeing that there are a lot of money blocks that are being cleared for Leos as well. Leo Divine Feminines. And as they do this, I feel as though these Leos are going to be more under feminine. So I'm seeing Leos are actually clearing that masculine woman template, and this masculine woman template is really was putting parameters on the divine feminine's energy. So Leo divine feminines are really, really coming into their own right now. It may seem as though the chaos is so messy and that they're really triggered, but I am seeing that it is actually pushing in much growth, and these Leo divine feminines will transform during the retrograde. So it is a blessing in disguise. With the Emperor, I feel as though this has to do with the father wound. So Leos are being called to work on that father wound to really be solid in their animus, because I am seeing again their divine masculine is going through changes and growing, and I am seeing once they actually come back into the divine feminine's right life, the Leo divine feminine's life, they will trigger the Leo divine feminines, because Leo divine feminines are being called to let go of any inconsistencies they have in their animus energy, because if they are not present with themselves, if they are not showing up for themselves, then how can he expect the masculine to do that? I'm not just talking about divine masculine, I'm talking about any masculine. So yeah, this is about remembering that you're the creator of your own reality. So with the Three of Wands, I am seeing that Leos are being called to really think big picture right now. They have to think about how, their triggers, and how it is actually showing them where they need to improve. I do see Leos are being a little bit prideful though, because they are so convinced that they've done all this work, and yet they have nothing to show for it. I am seeing again that it could spiral into self-loathing if the Leo is not careful. So Leo needs to be disciplined and really trust in what's being shown. And I feel as though Leos need to actually not take things personally, because everybody is in need of improvement. It doesn't mean that you're any less. So I am seeing again with the Six of Swands, Leos are being called to really heal their self-concept. I feel as though they are very image conscious still, and that needs to be transmuted in order for them to have that peace and serenity. Because Leos want peace. They want to feel free. But I am seeing again they are still playing by the rules of the Matrix. So in a way, they are not free. And I am seeing again the Divine is trying to get these Leos to really choose freedom above all. So yeah, that's what I get. So I am going to be doing Pisces next. And after Pisces will be Libra. Pisces, Divine Feminines. What is happening for Mars retrograde? Pisces, Divine Feminines. What is happening for Mars retrograde? Pisces, Divine Feminine. What is happening in Mars retrograde for you? Pisces, Divine Feminine. What is happening for Mars retrograde for you? Man. Wow, this is a very positive spread. I would say out of the current cards so far, I would say this is probably the most easygoing spread. So I do see that Pisces are really going to be clearing communication blocks in the first half of Mars retrograde. I keep on saying Mercury. They're going to be clearing a lot of communication blocks in Mars retrograde. The first half. And I am seeing again that for some the Pisces Divine Feminines, their twin is going to come in during a retrograde and trigger them all over again. But it feels like Piscean, the Fs need to understand that this is all a process, and that not to take it personally if the DM runs. With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel as though this has to do with trusting in the process. So Pisceans have been very hard at work at transmuting their inner child trauma. They have been transmuting their ancestral trauma, and yet they feel as though nothing is really showing up for it. I feel as though, again, Pisceans need to be really patient right now, because they are at the verge of a breakthrough, and this breakthrough will bring the clarity that they have been waiting for. I am seeing again with the Wheel of Fortune that this is about clearing the last of the self-worth blocks. So I am seeing again Divine Feminines that are Pisceans are struggling with feeling enough. And I feel as though this is because of Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde are really pushing Pisceans to let go of that self-delusion that told them that they were more healed than they were. But I am seeing again Pisceans are really going with the flow right now. They're not really taking it too personally. They're kind of expected that. But I feel as though again they just let blind idealism let them think of what could be. So I am seeing with the Seven of Swords. This has to do with going within. So I feel as though again Pisceans are being called to go within right now to really, really meditate and reflect on what is being shown to them, because it's going to surprise them. I feel as though they're saying unexpected Pisces. So Pisces, you're going to be really clearing all those blockages that tell you that you're not enough for your person, that you still that you can't, that you're not ready, you know? And this is going to really cause you to shift timelines. So with the Three of Cups, I am seeing again that you are actually at very much at the verge of a reunion with your twin. I am seeing again that you have to really believe, because you still have some skepticism, you still have some doubts. And this is causing you to go back and forth. But I feel as though again, Pisceans, you're also at the edge of a new beginning with your counterpart. So I do see again, just don't give up. It may seem as though they're too far away, but you'll be surprised at how close they are. Okay, so next I'm going to be doing Libra. And after Libra, I am going to be doing Cancer. Libra Divine Feminines for Mars retrograde. Leo Divine Feminines for Mars retrograde. Leo's Divine Feminines for Mars retrograde. Leo Divine Feminines for Mars retrograde. Hang on just a sec. The first card I get for Libra is the Tower. So I feel as though right now Libras are kind of having a hard time holding on. Libra, Divine Feminines, having a hard time with their current reality. Their current reality is falling apart because it is time for them to make a decision. They have to make a decision for their soul growth. And I do see again a lot of Libra and Divine Feminines are kind of burying their head in the sand, trying not to see what's in front of them. But I feel as though again they are kind of afraid to change. Libras need to trust that this change is for the best and highest good. I feel as though Librans are a lot more controlling than they'd like to admit. And I am seeing again they just want that certainty. But I am seeing that the only certainty in life is change. Change is the only constant. With the Seven of Wands, I am seeing that there are a lot of false beliefs about the masculine that are coming up for the Libra and Divine Feminines. They really need to transmute these and let go of the repressed emotions that are anger and grief. They really need to come into their own, because it's really about them. I am seeing again Librans are really being called to transmute that love is painful mentality, because it has caused them so much grief. It has caused them so much stress. And the divines are like saying, well, don't you want something new for yourself? You don't want to keep on rehashing the same story, do you? And I am seeing a lot of Librans, Divine Feminines are really worn down by the journey. They feel as though they can't go on. But I am seeing again with the Six of Wands, that Librans are really being called to let go of their fear of success and failure. Because I am seeing again that they are kind of afraid of what's actually going to transpire. They feel that precipice of change, and they don't know exactly how to handle it. But I feel as though Librans are need to really let go of that need to know. It's about really going with the flow at the moment. And I am seeing again, as long as she trusts in the divine, Libra, Divine Feminine, will have nothing to fear. With the what's it? I think this is Six of Pentacles. I am seeing Librans are unsurprisingly being called to really work out their people-pleasing trauma. There are still traces of it in the Librans' quantum field, and they need to be transmuted in order for the Librans to really stand in their power. I am seeing again that they're also being tested in regards to get this from Mars retrograde. Spirit wants to be really sure that Librans have learned their lesson before really graduate to the next level. So I am seeing again. This has to do with clarity and in epiphany. So these are really sinking in for the Libra and Divine Feminine. They will sink in even more around the second half of Mars retrograde. I am seeing this is Librans are going to have an easier time with the energies around this time because they will have transmuted the last of these current energies. And they will feel that need to really create and their life from the ground up. They are going to be leaving some situations because they see that holding on to these are not serving them. And I am seeing Libra and Divine Feminines are really being pushed to really trust that whatever is happening is for her best and highest good. Everything is happening for her, not to her. So I'm going to be doing Cancer next. And after Cancer, I'm going to be doing Aquarius. Cancer, Divine Feminines, what's going on with you in Mars retrograde? Cancer, Divine Feminines, what are going on for you for Mars retrograde? Cancer, Divine Feminines, what are going on with you for Mars retrograde? Cancer, Divine Feminines, what are going on for you in Mars retrograde? Ooh. So the first card I get for Cancer DF is Ten of Pentacles. So I feel as though this has to do with Cancer's home. Cancer's home may be feeling really hectic right now. I think this is because the foundation on which the Cancerian Divine Feminine built her life upon is kind of collapsing. So I am seeing this collapsing because she needs to let go of some false beliefs that tell her that she needs to be a certain way in order to really fit in with society. So again, her false self is being called into question. So Cancerian DFs are really kind of like looking in at wondering what the hell is going on. Like they're really confused. They really thought they were solid. They really thought they were at a very good place. But I am seeing again Cancerian DFs are really being called to look at things from a different angle. And I am seeing again this has to do with the situation with their Divine Masculine. I'm feeling as though Cancerian Divine Feminines are feeling really frustrated and upset at their counterpart. Their counterpart hasn't really exactly been of integrity. And I am seeing again Cancerian DFs really need to let go of those feelings of resentment and bitterness because they're not really helping the connection. And I feel as though in order to really let go of that, Cancerian needs to really forgive herself because I think that's where she's I think that's where the anger and resentment. She may be feeling like really left out. Like maybe she feels as though she feels very frustrated with herself for even sticking it out this long. But I'm seeing the divine is telling the Cancerian DFs this is all happening for a reason, and she needs to keep her eyes on the bigger picture. Cancerians are being advised not to really be petty and not to really engage and lower in the darker emotions. Like don't try to get hung up on being vengeful or something. Cancerians, I feel as though again, one of your biggest flaws is holding grudges, and you need to really, really transmute that in order for you to have that peace and clarity. Because I think you really want that, but I am seeing that again. Sometimes you let the ego run the show, and with the moon, this is about being stronger than your fears. So your fears really have no basis in this reality, not until you let them. So Cancerians, you really need to trust in the process right now because the process is showing you where you need to adapt, where you need to really do some work. And I am seeing again that you will feel that peace and serenity. You will feel that love with your Divine Masculine again, but you need to let go of the emotions that are based in fear. The last one I am getting is strength. So Cancerians, I feel as though again this is your sign not to give up on your counterpart, and I feel as though again you can step back from the connection again. I am seeing that this separation is happening for a reason, and you're allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to take care of yourself. You're allowed to feel this way. Please, I do see again, Cancerians. You just need to really go with the flow with your emotions and know that you're not alone. Um, you have the divine helping you. So even if you feel as though you can't get over these grudges, just trust me that you will be able to. It's just a matter of trusting the path ahead of you, because you did not go through all this just to not end up with your counterpart. I am seeing again that you just need to really trust the process and really um help yourself, you know? Um I am now pulling for Aquarius, so Aquarius DX. What is going on with Aquarius DX? What is going on with you in Mars retrograde? Aquarian DFs. What are going on with you in Mars retrograde? Aquarian DFs. What are going on with you in Mars retrograde? So, hang on. I have to think about the next sign and do. So, I know I didn't do Aries, but I'm trying to do it. I did Taurus. I did Gemini. I did Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, um, Capricorn, Aquarius. No, I have Aries and Capricorn left. So I will be doing Aries next. So, um, which one was I doing? Aquarius. Aquarius the F's. Aquarius DS. What's going on for you in Mars retrograde? Aquarius DS. What's going on with you in Mars retrograde? Aquarius DS. What's going on with you in Mars retrograde? The moon is coming out. Either I'm not shuffling right, or there's a similarity in energies. Well, look at Aquarius. So, Aquarius, I feel as though you are really letting go of those false beliefs about empowerment. So, I am seeing again, you're actually starting to like transmute that ego consciousness. And as you transmute that ego consciousness, you're starting to move more in unity. So, I'm seeing again, Aquarians are starting to see things from a higher perspective. They're not seeing it through the lens of a detachment. I feel as though they're seeing it through the lens of oneness. So, Aquarians are really healing that separation consciousness right now. This is really helping them to really trust in the process and the divine. But with the Two of Swords, I feel as though they're hot and cold when it comes to their divine masculine. I feel as though Aquarian divine masculine, Aquarian divine feminines are really struggling with their divine masculines right now. It may seem as though it's inconsistent, hot and cold, but it feels like Aquarian DFs need to make a decision for their own good. They need to actually think of the bigger picture. So I am seeing again a lot of Aquarian divine feminines are being called to really trust in the process. Like, it's again, this is a theme in the Mars retrograde, trust the process, and to not make a decision based on anger, nor um lower emotions. Again, this is about having things for a clear conscious. So I am saying again, the divine is like telling the Aquarian divine feminine to really think about what she really wants. Don't make a decision hastily. Really think about this, because this is gonna really influence the her energy for the next 6 months. So with the moon, I am seeing that Aquarian DFs are not getting a lot of sleep, and they are not getting a lot of sleep because their counterpart is thinking of them. And I feel as though again, Aquarian DFs are like saying, "Well, I've been wondering why I feel this way. Why do I feel as though something's about to change?" I feel as though Aquarian DFs are also struggling with a lot of anxiety as well, and I feel as though anxiety is their sixth sense telling them that things are about to change, and that's right. Things are about to change for the better in this connection with the divine masculine. I feel as though Aquarians just need to trust that despite what's going on, there is change happening. With the Seven of Swords, I feel as though Aquarians just need to really be doing some inner work right now. This inner work has to do with inner child, and it has to do with the inner teenagers as well. In order to really trust the divine masculine, the Aquarian DFs need to let go of the pain that keeps on cropping up. the pain keeps on pushing Aquarian DF and her counterpart into separation, and this needs to be transmuted if she needs to have the timeline she wants to be on. If she wants to be on the timeline she wants to be on. With the Three of Swords, I feel as though this is about heartbreak. So Aquarian DS may be feeling really broken and hurt by their counterpart. I am seeing these are repressed emotions related to grief and heartbreak. It is actually from this past life. So Aquarians are being called to really transmute this energy properly, because I feel as though when Aquarians are really trying to transmute this, they didn't do it they kind of controlled the way they transmuted, so they didn't transmute all of it. So now I feel as though Aquarian DFs need to like really trust in the situation that I am now pulling for Aries Divine Feminines. What's going on with Aries Divine Feminine for Mars Retrograde? What's going on with Aries Divine Feminine for Mars Retrograde? What's going on with Aries Divine Feminine for Mars Retrograde? What's going on with Aries Divine Feminine for Mars Retrograde? The first card I get for Aries is DF is Knight of Cups. With the Knight of Cups, I feel as though Aries Divine Feminine are really coming into their feminine energy right now. And as they do this, I feel as though they're also their heart is opening up. So their heart is opening up in a way that it hasn't before. And it feels like this is actually causing an influx of emotions to come up. It could be sadness, it could be grief, it could be rage. But these emotions are coming up so that the Aries Divine Feminine can really surrender. I am seeing that Aries are having a hard time surrendering to the process because they want to be in that destination. They want to have that union with their counterpart. But I am seeing again Aries Divine Feminines are being called to be patient right now, because patience is a key. So with the Ace of Cups, I am seeing a new beginning in self-love for Aries Divine Feminines. They're starting to make realizations about the relationship with their counterpart and how they've been settling for far less. I am seeing again that Aries Divine Feminines are going to really be called to pour into themselves right now, to really be consistent with themselves, because this is going to really help them to really develop their animus much better. I am seeing again this is about really healing the relationship with the masculine, not real inner masculine, not the outer masculine. So again, Aries Divine Feminine is being called to take that focus off themselves, off their counterpart, not themselves, themselves. Yeah, they need to focus on themselves. They need to really just be gentle and kind with themselves as they let go of the programming that tells them that this love is not possible, that it's not supposed to be. Again, a lot of Aries Divine Feminines are really being called to let go of that fear of it not happening. So I am seeing a lot of healing is going to go into the connection with the Aries Divine Feminine and her counterpart. She's really going to come into her power. And as she comes into her power, I feel as though her patience is going to double. Like again, she will be able to yield to her Divine Masculine in a way that she hasn't before. And I am seeing this will shock to Aries Divine Feminine, as she does like to be in charge. And she does like to really have that leadership, you know? It's hard for her to I feel as though Aries Divine Feminine's counterpart's really passive, and I do see again it's hard for her to respect him, but I feel as though that's because she's in a masculine woman template. And I am seeing this will be healed, and this will be actually help change the dynamic in a good way. With the 10 of Cups, I am seeing the Aries Divine Feminines are being reminded that they cannot help others, that they are pouring from an empty cup. So I feel as though again Aries Divine Feminine is being reminded to fill their cup, to really be living toward themselves in this Mars retrograde, because a lot of things are going to come up, and it's going to surprise the Aries Divine Feminine what it is. But I feel as though Aries Divine Feminine needs to be teachable. They need to trust that the lessons that are happening are for their best and highest good. So the last spread is Capricorn. Capricorn Divine Feminines. What is going on? Capricorn Divine Feminines. What's going on with Mars retrograde? Capricorn Divine Feminines. What are going on with Mars retrograde? Capricorn Divine Feminines. What are going on? What's going on with Mars retrograde? Capricorn Divine Feminines. What are going on with Mars retrograde? Capricorn Divine Feminines. What are going on with Mars retrograde? So the first card I get for Capricorn Divine Feminines is the Strength. So I feel as though, again, this has to do with that mask. So Capricorn has done a lot of work on the authentic self, and they are really solid in it. But I am seeing again that when it comes to their counterpart, they're still wearing masks. I feel as though Capricorn does have this deep-seated belief that they cannot be accepted for who they are, and that does need to be transmuted. So I am seeing again the Capricorn is being told it is safe to be loved, it is safe to feel love, and it won't be taken away from her. So I feel still Capricorn DS are being called to release those fears they have around their counterpart. But I'm seeing with the Empress that she needs to work on the mother wound as well, as there are still traces of that need for validation and approval that are within her. So Capricorns need to be really disciplined and find that balance between the animus and the anima, because she's either all the way in her feminine or all the way in her masculine. She just has no balance whatsoever. And I am seeing again, this is about trusting in her power. This is about knowing that she's enough regardless of what happens. So again, the fear of not being enough is also coming up for Capricorn. Capricorn needs to transmute that, because it's going to help bring her and her twin closer. With the Four of Cups, I am seeing that Capricorns are purging a lot, and it has to do with their emotions around their counterpart. I am seeing again they are trying to be optimistic, but it still doesn't discount the fact that Capricorns do feel ignored and hurt by their counterparts' nonchalance. And I feel as though Capricorns need to really be honest with themselves about it. They need to stop looking on the brighter side and to really just be honest with themselves about how they feel. In a way, they're spiritually bypassing. So Capricorns just need to be really disciplined with this. Again, this is about acknowledging the good and bad. Again, duality is not the enemy here. I feel as though there is no enemy here. I just think that Capricorns are just being really, really hard on themselves unnecessarily. They feel as though they should be further along than they are. So with the Emperor, I am seeing again Capricorns being called to really provide that structure and rigidity to their own. Stop looking to the counterpart to fulfill it for them, because again, this journey is about the Capricorn. It's not about the divine masculine. So Capricorns are really being called to really come into their own power and their and to really clear those false beliefs about the masculine. The last card I'm getting is the Three of Swords. So I am seeing that Capricorns are really going to be dealing with repressed emotions in the second half, and these repressed emotions have to do with the divine masculine. I feel these are past life emotions. So Capricorn, don't try to make sense of them, just feel them, because I feel as though when you try to make sense of them, you're somewhat trying to control them. And this is not, you need to have no judgment with yourself. You need to accept that you feel this way, and that's okay. It is supposed to be empowering. Don't guilt or trip or shame yourself into feeling a specific way. Yes, you're upset at your counterpart. Sometimes you just need to feel these emotions and try not to think that is a measure of a failure. You're allowed to be human, Capricorn. You need to stop acting as though you're a robot at times, because you're here to have a human experience. You can't rationalize and find connections between you and your counterpart. Can you just be human for once? Can you just let yourself feel? This is what the divine is trying to get you. These emotions are evidence that you need to feel, Capricorn. You need to feel these emotions in order to really um be the best version of yourself. And when you feel these emotions, you will touch some timelines. And Spirit reminds the Capricorn DF that it is okay to not know what's going on. It doesn't mean that you're any less. It just means that there's a higher plan going on, and you just need to trust, Capricorn. So yeah, that's what I get for it. So that will be the last of the Divine Feminine. So I will be back for the Divine Masculine stream later on in the afternoon. I will see you another time. Namaste. No.